Good morning. In this session, let us discuss the same unit 4, but the concept is about the learning decision trees. So, decision tree is a popular machine learning algorithm that can be used for both regression and classification problem. So, in the last class we discussed about the machine learning. So, when we see that regression and classification, one should aware that these two comes under this classification and regression comes under supervised machine learning technique. So, decision tree is also a supervised machine learning technique that is used for both classification and regression tasks. And they are easy to understand, interpret and implement, making them an ideal choice for beginners in the field of machine learning. A decision tree, as the name itself indicates, it has a hierarchical structure made up of roots, branches, internal and leaf nodes, and is a non-parametric supervised learning approach used for classification and regression applications. So here the main thing is non-parametric supervised. So we have two types of classification. One is parametric, one is non-parametric. In non-parametric network, we doesn't require any assumptions, or it doesn't depend any upon the dependent variables. So this decision tree, KNN, SVM, these all algorithms comes under the non-parametric classification algorithms. And the name itself suggests that it is used as like a flow like tree structure to show the predictions that result from a series of feature-based splits. And it starts with a root node and ends with a decision made by the leaves. And this is just how a decision tree looks like, where we have a root node, sub nodes and the leaf nodes. And the types of decision tree, generally we have three types of decision tree. One is ID3, iterative decommatizer 3, and C4.5. This is the improved version of ID3 that is used to handle missing data and for the continuous attributes. And then the CART, which is a classification and regression tree algorithm, uses the only way is it uses different mechanisms to split the data. Here we are going to use the entropy, and here we are going to use the Guinea impurity to take a decision how we are going to split the data. Okay. So in the coming slides, I will make you clear how we are going to find out this entropy or Guinea impurity, or one more metric is there, that information gain. Okay. It can be used for both classification and as well as the regression task, where the classification output is a discrete output, that is it may be yes or no, 0 or 1. Okay. And coming to the regression, it is the continuous output. Okay. So like forecasting sales, daily gold rate has, depending upon the demand, it is going to change. So these are all comes under the regression task. So this decision tree can be used for both classification as well as the regression problems. And before go in depth about decision tree, let's get some familiar about this terminologies that are used in this decision tree. The very first thing is the root node. We know that when we are going to construct a tree, the main thing is we are going to find out the root of the tree. So this is the root node, the initial node at the beginning of a decision tree, where the entire population or data set starts dividing based on various features or conditions. That we call it as the root node. And then one more important node is the decision nodes. That is, nodes resulting from the splitting of the root nodes are known as the decision nodes. Okay, and these nodes represents intermediate decisions or conditions within the tree. And next one is the leaf nodes. That means nodes which further you cannot split is called as the leaf nodes. That is, once you reach the leaf node, that it itself is the final outcome. Okay, and we can also refer these leaf nodes as the terminal nodes. Then the subtree, similar to the subsection of a graph, how we divide. Okay, a subsection of a decision tree is referred to as the subtree. That means it represents a specific portion of the decision tree. Then one more important terminology in decision tree is pruning. That is the process of removing or cutting down some specific nodes in a decision tree to prevent overfitting and simplify the model. We generally go for this pruning. Then next one is the branch or subtree. That is, a subsection of the entire decision tree is referred to as branch or subtree, and especially it represents a specific path of decisions and outcomes within the tree. And next one is the parent and the child node. We know that in a decision tree, a node that is divided into sub nodes, generally we call it as a parent node, and the sub nodes emerging, it is referred to as the child nodes. Okay. Whereas this parent node represents a decision or condition, while the child nodes represents the potential outcomes or further decisions based on that particular condition. So these are the some terminologies. We should get familiar about these terminologies whenever we are constructing some any application with the help of decision tree. So see here, this is one of the decision tree where we have a root node. If we split that root node, then this is called as a decision node, and this decision node may reach to the leaf node or terminal node, or the decision may be further splitted it into another decision. Okay, so after that decision, generally we are at some point of time we are reaching to the terminal node, and this particular thing here, what is there, generally we call it as the branch or subtree. And let us see one example of this decision tree. This is a sample data set. Just look at this data set. It is about we have 4 attributes or 4 features in this one, that is weather, temperature, humidity, wind, and last column is the class label, that is yes or no. So by seeing this, one can understand that this particular data set is related to the classification output. Why? Because we have a discrete output. So this is the class label, and these 4 are the features in this particular data set. Now here, in this diagram, you see here the tree will first ask what is the weather. So the weather may give whether it is sunny, cloudy or rainy. If yes, then we go to the next feature, which is humidity and wind. Again it will check whether there is a strong wind or weak wind, or humidity is high or normal, so that the person may go and play. So this particular representation, or this is the output of a particular decision tree. Then have you noticed anything in this flow chart? See here in this previous flow chart, weather cloudy, but the decision or the outcome is yes. So when weather is cloudy, how we can decide that we can go and play? So here that means we see that if the weather is cloudy, then we must go to play, but it is the wrong decision. So why didn't it split more? Okay, so why did it stop it over there? Okay, to answer this question, okay, we need to know a few more concepts like entropy, information gain and the Gini index. So once you find for a particular data set either entropy, information gain and Gini index, then only we can decide which is the root node, and it is going to give us the best split, and it is going to give us the leaf node. So what is entropy? Entropy is the uncertainty in our data set or measure of disorder. Okay, in a decision tree we know that output is mostly yes or no. So for this particular formula for this entropy is something shown like this. Entropy of yes is the whole data set or total number of samples in the data set, is equal to minus p yes log of base 2 p of s, that is probability of s log of base 2 probability of x, minus probability of no log of base 2 probability of no, where S is the whole data set or total number of samples, P equal to probability of X, P of no equal to probability of no. Then the next one is information gain. Information gain is the measurement of changes in entropy after the segmentation of a data set based on an attribute. So it calculates how much information a feature provides us about a particular class. According to the value of information gain, we are going to split the node and we are going to build the node. So once we calculate information gain, to calculate information gain we need entropy, and after calculating for information gain of each and every attribute, whichever the attribute is having the highest information gain, that we are going to take it as the root node. Okay, that is what the concept behind finding this information gain and this entropy. Here the main agenda of this decision tree is the finding the best root node. Okay, how we are going to find out the best root node is to calculate the entropy and the information gain. So this decision tree algorithm always tries to maximize the value of information gain, and a node or attribute having the highest information is split first. That is what I explained. Okay. So what is the formula to calculate the information gain? That is entropy, which we already find entropy. Okay, entropy of S, that is entropy of whole data set, minus weighted average of each individual feature into entropy of each feature. Okay, weighted average of that feature and entropy of each feature. In this way we are going to find out the information gain. So see this, the same example. For one attribute I will try to explain how we are going to find out the entropy. See here, first attribute is output. See here in this particular sample data set we have a 14 rows, 4 features and 1 class label with 2 outputs, that is yes and no. Okay. See here, now we know that values of outlook. In values of outlook we have three values: sunny, overcast, rain. And in this we have sunny values are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sunny values we have, 4 rain values we have, and 3 overcast we have. That is what we have written. And coming to the first, we have to find out the entropy of whole data set. The whole data set consists of 14 rows, and in this 14 rows you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nodes. If it is 5 nodes means then obviously 9 S will be there. So see here, S equal to 9 plus 5 minus, that is 9 S values are there, 5 minus is there. So entropy, just remember the formula, minus P log of base 2 P of S minus P log of base 2 probability of no. So here minus how many plus we have? 9. That's why 9 by 14 log of base 2 9 by 14 minus how many no are there? 5 are there. So minus 5 by 14 log of base 2 5 by 14. So if you calculate, the entropy of this whole data set is something, we got it as a 0.94. Similarly, sunny. If you take the sunny values, we know that we have 5 sunny values, and in this 5 sunny values, check how many no is there for sunny and how many yes is there for sunny. So after calculating this, I got 2 plus sunny values, 3 minus sunny values. That means 2 yes, 3 minus. The same thing I have written over here. And the same thing you include in the formula. That is minus 2 by 5 plus, as it is S, minus 2 by 5 log of base to 2 by 5 minus we have 3 minus, so 3 by 5 log of base to 3 by 5. So once you calculate, this is the value. Similarly, go for the overcast. Overcast, we already told that we have 4 values. In that 4 only we have 4 yes, there is no value, so that is 0. The same thing you include minus 4 by 4 log of base to 4 by 4 minus 0 by 4 log of base to 0 by 4. So whenever we have 0 value in a log, that will be always equal to the 0. Next comes to the rain. So in rain we have 5 values. In that, for rain 3 yes, 2 no. So entropy is given by minus 3 by 5 log of base to 3 by 5 minus 2 by 5 log of base to 2 by 5. So that results in a 0.971. Okay. So now we have find out the entropy of whole data set, and we also find the entropy of the each individual feature. Now the next one is we are going to find out the information gain. We know the formula already. Information gain is entropy of S minus weighted average into entropy of each individual feature. Okay. So we know that entropy of S already we found, and here you can see this weighted average is, we have sunny, overcast, rain. So coming to the sunny, how many values we have? Sunny 2 plus 3, 5. That is 5, and overall values in the data set is 14. That's why 5 by 14, and entropy of yes sunny, that is we already calculated. Minus, coming to the entropy of overcast, we have 4 values, that is 4 by 14, entropy of yes overcast. Similarly, rain 3 plus 2, how many values we have? 5. That is minus 5 divided by whole, what is the data set in how many rows? We have 14, and entropy of that particular S rain, and include all those values in the formula. Entropy we have, and this you calculate minus 5 by 4 into entropy of S sunny minus 4 by 14 into entropy of overcast minus 5 by 14 into entropy of S rain. Finally, you are going to get something value, that is 0.2464. So this is the information gain for this particular attribute outlook. Okay. So in this way we are going to find out the information gain for each and every attribute. Whichever is having the highest attribute, that particular attribute we are going to take it as the root node. So finally, we are going to get outlook, we are going to get the highest information gain, then the tree structure will look like something like this. Thank you.